It's 1 versus 2 in the Central Coast Section Boys Basketball Open Division Championships. PlayOnSports.com is live from the Levy Center on the campus of Santa Clara University. Kirsten Fairchild's Casey Jackson courtside. Number 2, the Junipero Serra Padres out of San Mateo, taking on the top-seeded Archbishop Mitty Monarchs of San Jose. This is a rematch from last year's Division II title game, won by Mitty. Casey, unlike a lot of brackets, 1 and 2 have made it through in this one.
Yeah, it's just not happening in this tournament, and I think maybe the Open Division maybe spelled out a little bit more clearer than the other divisions in boys and girls, but you know, this is the headliner. This is what everybody's been waiting for. This is the gymnasium that the University of Santa Clara dreams of. It's full.
Full to the rafters. The line for the snack bar, as long as the line for people still trying to get in here.
Absolutely. Just walk by the admissions gate and people are still trying to get in. Should have
come early and enjoyed the girls game won by Mitty. Its 18th title over the St. Francis Lancers of Mount View. Sarah brings a 25-4 record into this ball game. First round, they beat number 7 seed El Camino by a score of 74-66. And then the number 3 seed, Sacred Heart Cathedral out of San Francisco. Sarah won that one by a score of 54-49. Mitty started off with Soquel, beat the Knights 59-57. We'll talk more about that ball game as the night goes on. Took care of 4 seed Archbishop Reardon in the semis, 59-51. Casey, the keys to the game for the Serra Padres, obviously the underdog facing this nationally ranked Mitty squad.
Yeah, right away, first thing you got to think of for Serra is their defense. They have to, second of all, they have to contain Gordon. Box out on D. Gordon is so active on the offensive boards. You got to find a body, put it on him, and their transition D is going to be huge because Mitty really wants to get out and move the ball, get into transition, early baskets.
Teams shaking hands before the game here. Mitty has won 2 out of 3 matchups this season. Back on January 12th, Mitty beat Sarah 60-50. On February 2nd, Sarah won 65-59. Then on February 16th, Mitty, bit of a blowout, 69-50. What are the keys to the game for the Mitty Monarchs?
Mitty, first thing right out of Tim Kennedy's mouth is slowing down Henry Caruso, the fine player from Sarah. Number 2 is need to contain Sarah's penetration. Their interior penetration is excellent. You'll see that as we go along. And they got to hit the boards. Sarah is an excellent rebounding team. You're going to see that. Got to find a body, put it on their Sarah opponents.
Mitty is ranked number 52 in the nation. They were ranked 14 in the preseason. State rank for Mitty, number 8. Sarah with a national ranking as well, ranked number 79, ranked number 13 in the street, 13 in the state. Padres bring a 2-game win streak into this game. Mitty riding a 7-game win streak.
Yeah, I found it real interesting. Like you just said, you brought it up. As they crossed each other from their warm-up, they shook hands, and I think there's a tremendous amount of respect given to both of these squads by each team.
Absolutely. Sarah coached by Chuck Rapp in his 14th season. He is a 1986 graduate of Sarah, played guard for Sarah. Starting lineup for Sarah. Starting point guard, number 11, Andre Miller, the 5'11" senior guard. Jaquai Biggins, wearing number 3, is the shooting guard, the 6-foot senior. The 3 guard, Sean Watkins, wearing number 5, the 5'10" junior guard. Henry Caruso, the 6'4", leading scorer. He is a senior forward wearing number 30 for Sarah. And the center, number 42, Matt Jajay, the 6'5" senior forward. Mitty Monarchs coached by Tim Kennedy in his 5th year. What a great job he's done with these Monarchs. Starting point guard for Mitty, number 3, Connor Peterson, the 6'2" junior guard. Brandon Abagello, the 6'3" senior forward. Actually guard, starting at the shooting guard position. Number 21, Davis Messer, the 6' senior, is the 3 guard. Aaron Gorder, the 6'8" senior power forward. And rounding out the lineup, number 55, the 6'5" senior center, Brandon Farrell. These two programs know each other so well, it doesn't actually matter what sport it is when it comes down to Serra and Mitty. Nail biters abound.
Yeah, you just got two incredibly coached teams, very well educated, hitting their peak right at the right time. I think we're in for a great one tonight.
Mitty won the West Catholic Athletic League with a record of 14-1. Serra took second place with a record of 12-2. Again, this is a rematch from last year. That was Division II. This is the brand new Open Division. Everyone in the Open Division will go on to the Northern California playoffs. Casey, that's made for some interesting matchups, some perennial matchups in certain divisions. It's been a little shook up this season with the addition of an open tournament.
Well, and you take all the, what are the perceived best players in the section and throw them all in one division. It's a really interesting concept, but it really kind of leaves some of the other lower divisions high and dry. And you know, we'll see if, pretty interesting to see if it sticks.
Mitty beat Serra last year 54-49. Aaron Gordon was our PlayOnSports.com player of the game, and Gordon currently ranked number 4 among top prospects by ESPN nationally. I understand he's considering a number of schools, including Kentucky, a number of Pac-12 schools.
I mean, Kentucky, right? You have to consider that right up top of the heap, but you know, you see, you know, I kind of follow this a little bit, and Kentucky's already signed probably 5 or 6 kids that are considered top 25 players in the country. You know, he should be considering that. I mean, it's just going to be just incredibly competitive to get any playing time for John Calipari.
Well, and next season, Henry Caruso, the player for Serra, he will be attending Princeton and playing for Princeton next year.
Wonderful. That's a great choice. You got to know he's a heady player if he's going to Princeton. It starts with intelligence with that program, and it'll be a great place for him to play.
Santa Clara University, the site, and what an attendance here. And my partner, Casey Jackson, not in this building, but was a shooting guard for Santa Clara University back in the day. Must do your heart proud to see this gym buzzing with electricity.
Well, and the only time you ever see it like this is when St. Mary's or Gonzaga, BYU, teams like that. This is what you want it to look like every night.
That would be great for the Broncos. These schools are known for their rooting sections as well. Mitty has brought its band. The roar goes up for Aaron Gordon. Serra, great cheering section, well known for. This will be a fun one. That concludes our PlayOnSports.com pregame show. Step away for a few moments. When we return, it's the opening tip. Mitty, Serra battling for a CCS championship. is ready for this one back at Santa Clara University. Moments before the opening tip of Serra versus Mitty, a CCS Open Division title on the line. Kirsten Fairchilds, Casey Jackson bringing you the action. PlayOnSports.com. Mitty in their white uniforms, black and gold. Serra in their blue and gold. It's going to be deafening in here, folks. Settle back, settle in, enjoy some of the best high school basketball in the state of California. Aaron Gordon jumping center for Mitty. Caruso, the two stars facing off for this tip. Gordon controls. Biggins goes to work.
Interesting though, Caruso at 6'4", right with Gordon, right on the tip. Got up almost as high.
And Mitty throws it away. My apologies. That was Connor Peterson running the point for Mitty.
See what Serra does on their first possession. Very deliberate.
Mitty and man. It's Gordon guarding Caruso. Ball trickles Caruso's way. High school boys basketball, 4 8-minute quarters, 35-second shot clock. Shot clock now down to 10 for the Padres. Threading the needle, great dish off, three-point attempt from the right corner. No good. Gordon with his first rebound of the ball game. Gordon challenging, gets the ball knocked away from behind by Andre Miller. Serra fans love it.
Great quickness there by Miller. Looking for Aaron Gordon to create transition all by himself and got a hand on the ball.
Officials having a word. Johnny Harrington, Ben Abernethy, and Peter Pontac are referees for this ball game. Abagello to inbound for the Monarchs. Gets it in down low. Everything but executed. Loose ball. Still loose ball. Shoving. No call. Ends up in the hands of Gordon.
Point forward? Point power forward? I think so.
I think so indeed. The runner high off the glass, and Serra comes down with it. This is Andre Miller, the senior. Great look to Caruso with the left hand. Serra on the board first, 2-0 with 90 seconds gone.
Now you're not going to have a team that's like deer in headlights here. Serra feels very confident they can actually win this game. Done it before.
Gordon with the handoff, three-point attempt, drained by Abagello. Mitty 3, Serra 2.
Good answer by Mitty there.
2 minutes gone.
Great finish.
It is down from Miller. Biggins with the bucket, 4-3 Serra.
They look a little alike though when you look down on the floor.
Turnover by Mitty.
Two composed teams. A lot of excitement. I mean, a lot of excitement here in the stadium. This place is on fire.
5:20 left to go in the first. Serra with the ball and a 4-3 lead. Miller short. Good numbers for Mitty, but it's Caruso that comes down with it. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
25, Brandon Farrell. First personal, first team foul.
Foul on Farrell.
Matt Josh H. to line.
6'5", senior center, wearing number 25. And Caruso, J-Jaw makes his first. Mitty subs in J.P. Reinfleisch, the 6'2" junior forward. Chance to make it a three-point ball game. Well done by Jajay. 6-3, Mitty trails. 5:10 left to go in the first. We have a foul away from the ball.
we talked earlier about how Mitty got here, and they're actually really fortunate to get out of the first round with the Soquel team from Santa Cruz County. Had the whole game, lost the game in the last 30 seconds. Mitty very fortunate to have advanced to this point. Soquel's had a really nice tournament so far.
Gordon with the runner for 2. That foul had been on Watkins. First foul on Serra. Jajay trying to come down with the high pass. He does. Mitty goes for the trap. Serra coach trying to call a timeout. He was practically at the center circle. Still didn't get that timeout.
Gotta love Coach Rapp.
Jajay. Gordon. Stripped. Some slopping passing. Jajay trying to hang with it. Talk about bodies crashing the boards. You gotta love it, Casey.
This is wonderful.
Gordon, alley-oop. And that looked painful. Finally a dead ball situation, allowing everyone to catch their breath.
The alley-oop's supposed to go the other way, usually from the 6'2" Peterson. Got the alley-oop from Aaron Gordon. It's supposed to go the other way. Peterson's supposed to be doing the alley-oop to Gordon.
Watkins called on his second personal as a 6'2" junior guard. The returning player, Connor Peterson, at the line, misses his first. Serra checks in number 12, Jeremy Fields, the 6'2" senior forward, as Watkins has a seat. Only one starter returning for Mitty this year, that's Gordon. 8 players, however, return as well. Jajay to inbound. We're all tied up at 6. 4:15 left to go in the first quarter.
Place is
Miller.
electric. Oh.
Showing some moves. The senior, everything but through, but the tip by Jajay. Serra goes up 8-6. Gordon in traffic will head to the line to shoot 2.
Jajay had a great impact in the beginning of this game.
Coach Rapp is fired up for this one. Fields called on the personal. Coach Rapp wanted the travel. Coach Rapp's running the floor almost as much as the players at this point.
I'm having as much fun watching him as I'm watching the game.
Gordon makes his first. Coach Rapp actually asked us to give a shout out to his family, his brothers, sisters, dad, Chuck Rapp Sr., former pitcher at St. Ignatius High, watching from out of town on Play on Sports. Thanks for joining us. Gordon, 2-2 effort. All tied up at 8, less than 4 to go. Caruso really kept under wraps here in the early minutes.
So far, he's only gotten one shot off.
Through the hands of Jajay, but that'll be last touch Mitty. Stays Serra ball.
You can tell who's guarding him, though, and that shows how important shutting down Caruso is. You stick your number 4 ranked recruit, you stick him on him face to face. It's a battle.
This is Caruso. 5 on the shot clock for Serra. Jajay, can he get it off? He does. Jump stop. And into the hands of Mitty. Davis Messer with the rebound. 3:15 left to go. All tied up at 8. Opening quarter. Gordon cleaning it up for Farrell. Mitty jumps out 10-8.
What you love about these games, these Catholic League games, is these kids do this night in, night out against every team in the league, and they're just so used to it. They compete for everything that takes place on the court they're competing for.
Great block out by Peterson, who runs the fast break, and that is a foul. It's going against Jajay. Gordon back at the line and a chance to extend this 2-point lead with 2:45 left to go in the first.
Gotta love that by Jajay. He wasn't gonna let Gordon go up and throw that thing down. Got in there. I don't think Gordon liked it any, but great contestation there by Jajay. Great start so far.
Makes his fourth meeting between these two teams. Mitty holds the 2-1 advantage. Number 13, Eddie Stansberry, the 6'2" freshman, checks in for Serra. Mitty turns to Reinfleisch once again. Gordon's going to hear this. We've heard lots of chants of air balls the last 2 nights, Casey, but we've never had coordinated hand movements with it. Timeout on the floor, 2:40 left to go in the first quarter. Serra calls a timeout, trailing 11-8 to top-seeded Mitty.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying tonight, here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. You got to love these rooting sections. I think Sarah's got it all over Mitty so far. They're just in unison. Great stuff.
The rafters are packed. It really is standing room only here at the Levy Center.
It is. At capacity.
Love the cheering sections. Sarah boys team arrived fairly early, sat for a good part of the girls game, had a chance to watch Mitty's Kelly Hayes, our player of the game, 24 points in Mitty's CCS championship win. Out of the timeout, Sarah trailing 11-8.
Yeah, it's a great night for high school basketball in San Jose and Santa Clara. Cream of the crop.
Miller. Here's Caruso. Good ball movement by the Padres. 2-point baseliner attempt. Gordon with the rebound.
Sarah just having a hard time getting anything to drop at this point.
Long distance three off its mark. Another air ball. Turnaround jumper in the paint. No good. Farrell trying to clean. 4 different Monarchs needed. Finally, it's Abagello with the bucket. 5-point lead for Mitty. Less than 2 to go.
Mitty's one of their big keys of the game is hitting the boards. Had multiple bodies there on the offensive boards. Result in the basket.
Wide open look. Goes down. That's a 3. It's a 2-point ball game with 90 seconds remaining off the Stansberry 3 ball.
Tough to look at him and think he's a freshman.
We get to enjoy 4 years of him. Gordon, very pretty in the paint by Gordon. And Chuck Rapp wants a call in a play. 1:15 left to go. Mitty up 15-11.
I love Coach Rapp. He's out. He's a quarter of the way out on the court, giving directions to his squad. I love it.
Serra turns it over. 1:04 left to go in the first. Mitty with the ball and a 15-11 lead. Mitty bringing out Dakari Monroe, the 6-foot sophomore guard wearing number 20. He's got the ball now. Gordon, Caruso. Nice look down low. The finish by Farrell. 6-point lead for Mitty. 40 seconds remaining in the first.
I think that gets Gordon going more than his dunk. Makes a great all-around play. Finds his teammate under the hoop. Great play.
Serra turns it over on consecutive possessions. 23 seconds remaining. Shot clock turned off. Gordon throws it away. Serra has it. 19 seconds remaining in the first. Serra trailing by 6.
Need a bucket right here. Don't want to let Mitty go on any runs. Need to finish a period. Positive note. 6 is a lot with Mitty.
Down to 6 seconds. Miller with the runner high off the glass. Too high off the glass. Opportunity, does not get it off in time. an entertaining first quarter for sure. Fourth meeting between these two teams after one. Mitty 17, Serra 11.
Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all high school action every week. From your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Great assistant coaches for both programs. Congratulations to Serra, assistant coach Brian Carson, a Burlingame graduate. Burlingame High, girls and boys winning CCS titles this weekend, and for the boys, the first ever basketball title in the school's
wonderful.
history.
It's like I said a little bit in the earlier broadcast, it's going to be has to be a nice party going on somewhere in Burlingame tonight.
Well, and Mitty with the chance to go boys and girls here as well, but plenty of basketball left to play. Second quarter to get underway. Mitty up 17-11. The number 1 seed on top of the number 2 seed. 1 and 2 have not seen a lot of that in the Central Coast section tournament. In fact, the girls 2 versus 5. But 1 and 2 making it through. First possession goes to the Serra Padres out of San Mateo, and it's Jaw J to inbound. Biggins with the ball. Over to Caruso. Caruso guarded by Farrell. And Gordon there. Looked like Danny Mahoney. A little short on that layup. Caruso guarding Gordon. Short through the hands of Farrell. Serra comes down with it. Biggins finding Caruso. Caruso letting Gordon go by him. Nice moves by Caruso. However, off the mark. And they're going to call a foul. Looked like Gordon may have tripped. But the official saw contact. That foul called on Watkins. I believe that's his third personal, Casey.
Bad luck.
Oh, calling on Jaw J. Second personal. 15th foul. Mitty just 1 foul. Gordon. The ring-a-ding-ding from Gordon.
There's not much you can do about that in high school basketball. Jaw J had great position. Little head fake by Gordon. Great athletic play. It's got to be a walk.
Not sure how that's not traveling, but Mitty fans will take it. It's getting wild and woolly.
Letting them play.
Letting them play it, sure. All sorts of things going on. Looking a little more like Serra Mitty football at this point. Gordon with the block. Monarchs wisely slowing things down.
Gordon just showing. Guy just does it all, you know, both ends of the court.
Big brother Drew Gordon. Another air ball by Gordon, but Mitty there to collect. Peterson, nothing but net for the 3. Mitty's got Serra doubled up 22-11, 6:09 left to go in the half. Coach Rapp wants to call a timeout and talk it over.
Do you want to watch more of your high school great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Mitty with all their timeouts. Serra has burned 2. 6:09 left to go in the half. Mitty 22, Serra 11. We've enjoyed the career of Henry Caruso. He has been held in check tonight, averaging 17 points a game coming into this one.
Yeah, no, it's just right now it's the Aaron Gordon show, and Serra needs to settle down. They really don't have anything going in the offensive end. Need to figure out a way to get Caruso the ball and get him an open shot.
Jajay had some nice spark offensively in the first quarter. Get the impression it needs to be a team effort scoring-wise from Serra tonight.
Yeah, Gordon came to play tonight.
Serra uncertain, little slow coming out of the timeout. Had to pick the ball up off the floor. Officials not waiting, of course. Nice bounce pass. Watkins, another look. Great sharing by Serra results in the field goal by Fields.
Gordon's such a defensive presence in the key that Serra's really struggling right now to find anything on the interior.
Farrell. This is Abagello. Throws it away. Tim Kennedy, the head coach of Mitty. Chuck Rapp Jr., head coach of Serra. 5:30 left to go in the half. Mitty up 22-13, Serra with the ball. Caruso. Wide open look down low. I know you don't like it when they put it on the floor. Had a clear look at the basket.
Need to get rid of it a lot quicker than that.
A messy dish. Serra.
Mitty just plays such solid defense, contest everything. They get a hand on the ball on every touch that Serra gets.
Second team foul on Mitty as the Monarchs check in number 15, Ian Aguilar, the 6'5" junior forward.
Monarchs fouls on 21, Davis Messer. First personal.
Messer picks up his first personal. 5:02 left to go in the half. Serra.
See if Serra can make anything happen with Gordon sitting down for a couple minutes, taking a breather.
That's right, and Jajay checking back in. However, 1 and out for the Padres.
Yeah, that was the time you wanted to try and pound it down low.
That's 5 seconds. Oh, nope, that's a timeout by Coach Kennedy. 4:43 left to go. Mitty takes its first timeout, up 22-13. Casey, you know, so much hype has been given to Aaron Gordon since he was a freshman, and it never seemed like he had any kind of growing pains in high school. He never kind of had to play his way into his body. He was always seemed to be a man among boys in so many ways.
I remember first game we did with them was at St. Francis when he's a sophomore, and he doesn't look a lot different. I just noticed tonight that he's a little more filled out, but he's pretty much the same player. Probably 6'7", 6'6" back then, but looks like the same exact player, just more all around. I think he plays a little better defense than he did as a youngster, but you know, he's just destined for greatness.
Out of the timeout, Mitty goes to work. Peterson running the point. Aguilar, nice look to Farrell. Too much, however, defensive boards by the Padres. Wide open three, plenty of time for Watkins. He delivers. Serra fans with something to cheer about. It's a 6-point ball game.
Need a bunch more of that.
Mitty turns it over. Great leap by Peterson. And Abagello out of bounds. It's like pinball wizard out there. Hot potato.
I'm telling you, Mitty gets a hand on everything.
Farrell has a seat as Mitty checks in number 12, Ted Young, the 6' junior guard.
Well, you got to be ready to play on both of these teams.
Yeah, you never know when coach is going to call your number.
Yep.
Miller returns to the lineup
Miller checks in
for Serra, the point guard. 4:10 left to go. 22-16, Serra trails. Too much with the left hand. Gordon with the rebound.
This is what makes him so attractive. Ability to handle the ball, full court all the way.
Working, backing in on Caruso.
And then
The
uses
fingertip
his size to back you
roll.
down.
8-point lead for Mitty now.
Great in the open court. Great ball handling skills. But then he can back you down with power.
Three and change. First half action between Mitty and Serra. Everything but in, and Gordon collecting another rebound. And that is going to be player control on Gordon. Good thing for Watkins. That would have been his third.
First personal, third team foul.
Not easy for a guy that size to sit there and take that. And Aaron Gordon just tremendously larger than Watkins, and
Just third team
takes a
foul
lot of
on
guts
Mitty.
to take that.
It looked like Gordon ran up him. Third team foul. Just over 3 left to go. Here in the first half. Levy Center, the site of high school boys basketball championship. Boys basketball. Jajay
Right.
running the baseline. Easy close range bucket for Jajay.
Great sharing the ball there by Serra. Need to have that happen a lot more. Need to
Jajay.
find Caruso.
Little razzle dazzle from Jajay. It falls down. 4-point ball game. 2:35 left to go in the first. Serra's fans start their bounce.
Making a push here. Jajay, he's their star tonight so far. He's just saying a lot. Still an honorable mention all-leaguer in the WCAL.
Abagello wide open for the three. Mitty showing they're not a one-note wonder. 27-20, Monarchs back out in front. Just over 2 left to go in the first half.
Great response there by the Monarchs.
Jajay with the hot hand beyond the arc. Caruso, nice move by Caruso. That is a stuffage on Caruso, and Gordon is fired up. I thought Caruso
sometimes I'm left speechless. It's like such a great baseline recovery by Gordon.
I thought Caruso might have shed him.
Caruso, I think he thought he lost him.
I thought he lost him.
Thought he had the rim used as a shield. Mitty just closed, or Gordon just closed on him last second. Great play, unbelievable.
1:45 left to go. Mitty with the ball, 7-point lead. First half action. Peterson to Abagello, just hit a 3. Gordon for 3. Off the mark. Miller chases it down, 90 seconds left to go. Serra. Caruso over to the corner. Off the mark. Mitty ball, 1:17 left to go.
Well, the thing I like about Caruso is he hasn't had anything go down yet, but he's not forcing anything. Taking the shots that are coming to him.
It really seems like Caruso is just guarding Gordon. Are we going to see a little help defense from the Padres?
They need it.
He's guarding him straight up. Might need some help. Mitty throws it away. 53 seconds remaining.
Farrell thought he had it. Right through his hands.
Jajay checking in. Inbounds right in front of his bench.
Jajay checks in for the Padres.
What a nice half Jajay's had. Really picked up the slack where Caruso hasn't gotten his points yet.
Here's Caruso. Loses the handle. It's going to call goes Serra's way. 39 seconds remaining. 21 on the shot clock for the Padres. Caruso working on Farrell. Hits the ground, the floor hard, but he'll head to the line to shoot 2. 14th foul on Mitty.
Perfect play, a little pump fake. Caruso gets pretty much the whole interior defense of 4 guys from Mitty up in the air.
I don't know.
For a minute there, I didn't think they were going to give him the call, but they got it.
Second
personal on Gordon. I think they're going to correct. I think it's on Peterson instead.
Correction, the foul is on Connor Peterson.
Yep.
That's his first personal foul.
Yeah, you know those assistant coaches are paying attention.
That's their job.
Caruso in the scorebook.
1 shot remaining for Henry Caruso.
Fields replaces Jajay.
I like the way Caruso is not pressing, though. He's not trying to force anything up, trying to get his points.
He is one cool customer. Rims out Gordon there. 35 seconds remaining in regulation. 1 second differential between game clock, shot clock. Gordon. Mitty fans just will watch this all day. Henry Caruso, what a task for him tonight. 10 seconds remaining.
Kept him in front of him, though.
Yep. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gordon missing, tips it in at the buzzer. They're saying count it. Serra fans hate that call.
That's the end of the first half.
Second.
If it wasn't good, it was really close. Officials make a good call. Got to go with your gut on that one.
21 points for Serra, trailing Mitty by 8. Casey, your impressions of the first half?
Got to say, really only one thing you really say is Aaron Gordon's show. Just like the Kelly Hayes show in the girls' game. I'd like to see them play one-on-one. Maybe. What do you think happened there? No, just kidding.
You know what? They probably do.
I think the containment of Caruso has really been huge for Mitty. Gordon's just been great on both ends of the floor. That's the difference.
It's halftime at the Levy Center. Mitty 29, Serra 21. Back in a few moments for the PlayOnSports.com halftime show in Santa Clara. PlayOnSports.com, live from the Levy Center on the campus of Santa Clara University. It's our halftime show. Central Coast section, boys basketball, the open division, top-seeded Archbishop Mitty of San Jose, 29. Second-seeded Serra Padres of San Mateo, 21, alongside former Santa Clara Bronco shooting guard Casey Jackson. I'm Kirsten Fairchilds. Casey, this place is packed to the rafters. Everyone came to see this matchup. Fourth meeting of the year between these two teams. Mitty's won 2, Serra's won 1.
I liked your observation. Where's the fire marshal? This place is like overloaded to the gills. It's amazing. It's just kind of a tribute to the quality of what everybody's expecting to see. You know, Gordon's obviously been as advertised. One of the first things I thought of right when it ended, after we went off air, was number one key to the game for Mitty from Coach Tim Kennedy's eyes was containing Caruso. That happened. I mean, more than he could have ever hoped for. Caruso only going for 1 point in the first half, probably a 0 for only 3 or 4 shooting. Just great defense by Gordon. We just saw him on both ends of the court, just dazzling this packed crowd.
Yeah, there's something to be said for superstars. When they live up to the hype, they bring out the fans, and it's nothing but fun to watch such a talented young man play basketball. But Serra is a well-coached team. I think it's going to take a team effort to come through with a W tonight.
They're not doing a whole lot wrong. They're, had a couple shots go in and out, and we're not getting a blowout here. We're only down 8. Serra's only down 8. A couple three-pointers early, Caruso get going, they're right back in the game. But they got to figure out a way to do something with Gordon. He's just like overwhelming them right at this point.
How about the lack of perimeter shooting by Serra?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, I think that's Caruso's job. He's been looking for it. Every time it looked like he had an opening, Gordon closed on him fast, couldn't get the shot off. I mean, you can tell they're looking for Caruso to knock down that 3, just haven't had the opportunities yet.
Both teams staying in the locker room for the entirety of the halftime. No shoot around for these two teams. Instead, Serra comes in, goes to the water. Mitty goes to the bench. Both of these teams will live to see another day. We'll be in the Northern California playoffs.
I don't even see the coaching staff yet for Mitty out yet. There they come. They're running back out on the court right now.
It's time here on the break, winding down. Mitty 29-21. Serra able to put together some mini runs, but not been able to push hard enough, just hanging around at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, again, like Mitty's not running away with this thing. The thing I think really, other than Gordon sticking out in my mind, is the intensity that Mitty, they both play with great intensity, but Mitty gets a hand on everything. They contest everything. Right now that's not happening for Serra, and that's why Mitty's got this lead going into the third period.
Second half underway. Mitty right to left in their white, black, and gold. Top seed up 29-21 over the Serra Padres in blue. Gordon, alley-oop. Taps it in with the other hand for a quick basket and a 10-point lead.
Not much you can do about that. They just don't have the horses other than Jaje and Caruso. All of them much shorter than Aaron Gordon.
And the whistle blows. Going to have a hand check on Gordon. His second personal, first team foul, 29 seconds into this second half.
I think it really would be a great time to get that ball to Caruso right now. Gordon picks up his second foul. You get an early foul on him early. That really increases your chances for making a comeback here.
Not the shot Serra wanted as Gordon comes down with it. Caruso still guarding Gordon. Peterson with the ball. Serra takes up the chant. 15 on the shot clock. Minute gone here in the third. Shot clock down to 5. Gordon slips, loses the handle. This is Watkins. 2-on-1 for Serra. Watkins coast to coast, back to an 8-point game.
A little unfortunate there for Gordon, but really helped Serra's chances to fight back here.
Wide open look. When Mitty has found the open man, they've delivered. This time it's Messer from the left corner for 3.
Great look there.
Miller for 3.
Great answer.
Floodgates opening here at Levy. 34-26, Mitty leads. 2 minutes gone in the third.
Both teams opening up a little bit, like it.
Peterson dishing off to Farrell. Abagello, he's had a 3 tonight.
Lucky there.
Wide open. Front rim. Gordon battles hard for the rebound. Finds the open man, it's Farrell. And he'll head to the line to shoot 2. That goes against Jaje.
Number 42, Matt Jache. Third personal.
Great hustle there by Gordon, keeping that ball alive.
Brandon Farrell to the line.
Found Farrell.
That's
cut into the hoop.
Yeah, that's 3 on Jaje, Casey.
That'll hurt him.
Farrell misses his first. Caruso has a seat as Jeremy Fields returns. Saw action in the first half. One a 2 effort from the line for Farrell. 35-26 Mitty. 5:30 left to go in the third quarter. Serra turns it over again. Last year's point guard.
Little puzzled why they have Jaje with 3 fouls guarding Gordon.
It's a little interesting. Caruso on the bench. Last year's point guard Jack Bible, a huge part of Mitty's success as Gordon's 3 goes over the backboard. Caruso, after a quick spell, subs in for Jaje. Jack Bible.
I like Jaje's approach there. I mean, the last thing you want to do, I think you want to get Gordon to shoot that deep 3 like that. That's low percentage for him. Playing volleyball inside with himself, you know, that's where he's getting a lot of his points tonight.
Watkins gets back, blocked from Farrell. Stays Serra ball. Mitty graduating players like Jack Bible, Neil Vranikar.
Always have the replenishing of players coming back. Cupboards never bare at Mitty.
Nope. Miller, wide open for Watkins.
Got it.
Moneymaker, Watkins gives the 3 sign himself. It's a 6-point ball game. Caruso with the steal. Gordon back to play defense. Caruso gives it up. Miller over to Caruso for 3.
Got it.
Over the leaping Aaron Gordon. Caruso gives Serra fans something to cheer about. Mitty calls a timeout. Lead clipped to 3. 4:18 left to go in the third.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Serra fans so overcome. A whole mass of them kind of tipped over on its side, if you will. People still picking themselves up. Plenty to cheer about here midway through the third.
Lots of excitement created by Serra making a push here and getting their star off the snide, so to speak, knocking down his first 3. Caruso loved the way he's done this. He hasn't gotten frustrated and force things up, takes the game as it comes to him. Smart player. That's why he's going to Princeton, I guess, eh?
Absolutely. Remember his composure from last year. Mitty out of the timeout. Lead has been clipped to 3. Abagello with the ball. Feed goes to Gordon. Miller, almost had a strip there by Biggins.
Number 5, Sean.
Caruso got a lot of help there from his teammates, but somebody got a hand on Gordon.
Watkins picks up his 3rd personal, 2nd team foul on Serra as Watkins heads to the bench and Stansberry, the freshman, checks in. Stansberry, 6'2" freshman. Less than 4 to go. Gordon backing in. What a pass. Stansberry with the block.
Great recovery by Stansberry there. Great athletic play.
Serra with a chance to tie it up here.
With the rejection.
They've been able to shoot the 3 ball. Caruso, maybe a little confident. Wide open look. Rims out. Caruso with the bucket. Serra trails by 1. 3:20 left to go in the 3rd.
Right back in it. Got ourselves a ball game.
Peterson trying to give Mitty fans something to cheer about. 1 and out. Miller with the fancy move. Miller, what a pass. And the finish is there. Serra is in the lead off the bucket by Fields. 36-35, less than 3 to go in the 3rd.
They got it rolling now.
Abagello to Gordon. Gordon making sure that one went down, and unfortunately Abagello on the floor hurt. Mitty takes the 1-point lead, 2:40 left to go, and Abagello obviously in pain underneath the basket.
Didn't see what happened there, but can't be good.
So Abagello being attended to. Head coach Kennedy out quickly. And he's helped up, walks off the floor of his own volition.
Need to get a towel on that floor. There we go.
And there is a towel. So many times, towel's hard to come by.
Checks in for the Monarchs.
So Mitty back out in front by 1. Gordon going for nothing fancy in that situation, wanted to make sure the ball went through the hoop.
But he makes that's a difficult play for most players. Kind of a no look right under the hoop. Back to the basket, didn't even turn and face.
It was conservative for him.
Yep.
Caruso.
Gordon getting away with some contact there.
Miller pulls up long 2. That's over the backboard, Mitty ball.
Yep.
Unless.
Ball went over the back.
Yes.
Good call, that's right.
Coach Rapp wants an explanation. Still talking about it. 2:15 left to play in the 3rd. Mitty with a 1-point lead. They led by 8 at the break. Gordon, Miller doing a good job stripping. Good numbers on the fast break, but you see Biggins bounce it off his foot.
Not sure how many people can fit into this place, but I'm not sure they're used to playing in front of a crowd this big. Probably the quainter, little smaller gymnasiums make more noise, but this is phenomenal. Great atmosphere.
A deafening din at times, wide open. It's a long 2. It gives Mitty a 3-point lead as Reinfleisch with the field goal. Had been scored as a 3, taken down to a 2. A lot of contact. A lot of contact still. Hot potato hits the referee and bounces Mitty's way. Young into the game for Mitty with the touch. Mitty putting on a dribbling clinic by Gordon and draws the foul.
Other than his great athletic ability and great basketball sense, you got to be so impressed with his foot speed for a guy 6'8".
Absolutely. Stansberry called on the foul. 13th foul on Serra. Minute left to go in the third. Gordon's been drawing some air tonight, so uncharacteristically him. And the windshield wipers coming up from Serra.
Now, I remember last year, he really struggled in the championship game from the free throw line. It almost became,
oh yes,
remember,
became a thing. Hey, off the glass, I didn't hear him call it, but
yeah,
it's loud in here. I'm sure he did. 40-36, Mitty leads, less than 1 to go. Jajay back in for Serra.
If that's the biggest problem you're going to have with Aaron Gordon, you're doing okay.
Jajay. Good collapsing defense by Mitty. Miller on Gordon. Miller casually drains the 3. Little acting from Miller. Give the man an Emmy.
Great stuff.
Padres back within 1. 27 game clock, 25 shot clock. Third quarter action here at the Levy Center. Gordon counting it down. Russo. Looks like a little triangle there with Tim Kennedy.
I'd really consider double teaming him here.
Gordon gives it up. Open man. What?
No, that's a 2. Oh, that's a deep. That was a college 3.
Clutch shot as time expires. Mitty's Davis Messer with the bucket. After 3, Mitty 43, Serra 39.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show, where we'll select our player of the game and have a live interview with that player. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Serra outscored Mitty 18-14 in that third quarter. I like the smaller lineup Serra went with, doing a much better job when Gordon is in the paint. However, Mitty with a 4-point lead heading into the fourth.
Well, you like to see the way Gordon's going to handle the ball, and he was in control of that final play. But you love to see him not force it. Found his open teammate, drove and dished, found the open guy, hit the 3. Great finish for Mitty there.
The Mitty cheering section getting into it. Serra starting off the fourth quarter, trailing by 4. Miller. Touched by Mitty. Andre Miller running the show here. Jajay. A little bit of a intensity dip for Serra. Ten on the shot clock. Miller, nice dish to Jajay. Gordon with the block. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Love the way Miller just, biggest threat. His biggest threat to make penetration, find somebody. Gordon had an answer there.
And that is a foul against Serra. Jaw J. Fourth personal on Jaw J. 14th foul on Serra, and he sits down while Jeremy Fields checks in.
Coach Rapp still having a conversation going with the official. Didn't like that call.
Hurts to have his big man on the bench starting things off here in the fourth. Mitty throws it away. Gordon tries to save it and has a seat on the scorer's table. Serra ball. Minute gone here in the fourth. No score. Miller pulls up his dribble.
Plenty of time.
Ten on the shot clock for Serra. Watkins, nice. And you just see Gordon able to sky a little higher than everyone else.
I think Serra's happy with the shot they got for Watkins there.
Yep.
Had a good look at it. He's knocked that one down before.
Gordon, I think that's a walk, no call. Serra ball. Gordon lost the handle, 3-point attempt. Abagello, who we saw go down earlier with an injury, with the rebound. No score 2 minutes into this fourth quarter.
Got to go with what got you here, and for me, I'd really like to see Serra get the ball to Caruso.
Watkins saying, yeah, I don't want what's coming.
Seen that one before.
Miller, I'm going to say touch. Nope, Mitty ball.
Yep.
Jaw J back out on the floor. Peterson in for Mitty. 5:43 left to go. Score stands as it did after 3. Tim Kennedy calls a timeout for Mitty.
Full timeout.
Everybody gets to take a deep breath here.
Highlights from playoff games can be seen on Carolina Sports Bay Area.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for all high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
From what has to be a sold-out Levy Center tonight, Central Coast Section Open Division, the final ball game of the CCS tournament. Top-seeded Mitty 43, second-seeded Serra 39. You have to admire the second half the Padres have put together.
Yeah, made it competitive. Again, they weren't down a ton. They were only down 8, but made a push, got the lead, couldn't hold it. Need to make that same push here to pull off the upset tonight. Done it before.
One of the last high school games for Aaron Gordon. What a career he's had at Mitty. Younger brother of Drew Gordon is asking some of his teammates to come forward, deal with this press. Peterson guarded by Miller. Gord, great look to Farrell. Play run to perfection. 45-39 Mitty.
Great play by Mitty coming out of the timeout. Definitely had that in mind. Great execution.
Miller a little too much. Serra shooting going a little cold here at the start of the fourth. Still no points in this quarter.
Need to get their star a couple touches here. See what he can do. Caruso's kind of been ignored here since he made that nice little push there in the third quarter.
Are they calling that on Caruso?
Padres foul is on number 3, Jaquai Biggins.
Nope.
First personal.
Biggins first personal, 5th team foul. Mitty with 1. 4:45 left to go in the game.
Teams know each other so well.
Errant throw, but Gordon collects. 12 on the shot clock. Fadeaway jumper off the glass, gets his own rebound, and is tipped with the left hand. Third time the charm for Aaron Gordon. Mitty up 47-39, 4:15 left to play. Timeout, Serra to talk it over.
Gordon,
Padres need some offense.
Gordon just playing volleyball by himself.
Parents and coaches, join the league, the new rewards program at Sports Authority, and you will earn 5% back on.
We'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage brought to you by your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Sacramento, the site, the end site for CIF state basketball.
Where everybody wants to be.
Everybody wants to be, and Play on Sports will be there as well. Will either of these teams be there? Casey, what does Serra need to do here?
I've kind of been harping on it the last few times they've had the ball, and kind of a little surprised they're not getting Caruso a touch, and just kind of, I'd find a set for him somewhere. You got to get him the ball.
That pass a little late. He was open. Miller for 3. Weak side board there by Farrell.
Yeah, they got to knock it down. They're down 8. That's big when you're not a high-scoring team.
We have foul away from
Good
the
call.
ball.
Farrell pushed off.
Actually, that fell on Messer.
Oh.
And that is the
Right.
second team foul. 3:47 left to go. Serra ball.
At this point, each one of the players, it's easy to see Messer push off like that. They're all a little bit tired of each other at this point.
Watkins, long range 3. He's had the hot hand beyond the arc tonight. 5-point ball game, 3:25 left to go.
That's the answer to the question you asked a little bit earlier. What do they need? They need about 3 more of those. At this point, it doesn't really matter where it comes from. It's got to,
Yeah.
it's just got to happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think Caruso's done a good job on Gordon tonight?
I think he has. I mean, everything. Done a lot of great stuff, Gordon, but he pretty much plays volleyball by himself out there. There's nobody that can compete with him with the hops he's got and his size.
Biggins to Watkins. Watkins thought about it. Caruso in the corner.
But
Gordon sagging off.
But that's a big physical mismatch for Caruso and Gordon.
Gordon, 1-on-2, spin move to Farrell, who's trailing, and the tip from Gordon. Tippy-tappy from Gordon tonight. 2:30 left to go. Back out in front by 7 is Mitty.
He just has phenomenal feet. They're always going. He's always got an idea where the ball is.
Caruso draws the contact, will head to the line to shoot 2. Third team foul.
Although there's plenty of time for Serra, I mean, you got to say it's almost running out. 2:15 left, and it's going to be huge couple free throws here by Caruso. Got to get them both.
Foul on Farrell. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Kisses the rim for the miss.
two stars having a little hard time from the free throw line tonight. Both squads.
0 for 2 effort. Good box out by Farrell. Jay can't save. Almost runs down a Notre Dame, a Belmont cheerleader. Sarah and all boys school. Notre Dame Belmont cheerleaders here to cheer them on. Kind of like De La Salle and Carondelet.
Glad you mentioned that.
And
I didn't notice that.
Palma and Notre Dame of Salinas.
There you go.
Gordon working hard, and that foul called on Caruso. Clock stops at 2:14.
Both teams will.
Fouls, so Mitty in the bonus on the next one.
For as aggressively as Mitty plays, they don't get themselves in foul trouble. And they've only got 3 personal fouls here in the second half.
That's exactly right. Same thing in the first. Gordon, quick pass to Farrell. Farrell, nice move, turn around the paint. Delivers, 51-42 Mitty, less than 2 to go. Serra calls a timeout. They'll have 1 left, 1 full timeout. 1:54 left to go in the ball game. Mitty up 51-42.
There will be a great award ceremony on the playing floor.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for Play On Sports School broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Serra looking for a game changer here.
Yep. Something's got to happen pretty quick for Serra.
The Padres have flirted with momentum swings. They just haven't been able to get it to swing their way for any significant period of time.
Yep. Too much, number 32.
.154 left to go. 51-42, Serra with the ball trailing. Championship on the line. Watkins has had the hot hand. Biggins, nice move.
Great move.
Triple
pump fake.
51-44 Mitty. Mitty pushing the pace, gets batted away by Biggins. Gordon back to defend. Miller with the left hand doesn't finish. Gordon pushing the pace the other way. Coach Kennedy wanting him to slow things down. Minute 15 left to go. Abagello from the right elbow. Not in. And the Mitty coach is not liking it.
Still got life.
They want their team to slow it down and chew up some clock.
We're inside the last minute of regulation.
55 seconds remaining. Serra fouls. And that'll send Peterson to the line.
Number 11, Andre Miller. First personal, 17th foul.
Miller's first personal.
Kind of got to feel that the writing's on the wall here for Serra.
Just one sophomore on the team for Mitty. All seniors and juniors. This is the junior, Connor Peterson. It's an 8-point ball game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they reload next year post Gordon. It's been a great CCS run.
Out of the range of our camera, Peterson 2 for 2 as Miller scores quickly. 44 seconds. Serra takes its final timeout. 53-46 the score.
This is the Padres'
Stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show where we'll select our player of the game, have a live interview with that player. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Alongside Casey Jackson, I'm Kirsten Fairchild. Thank you for joining us. PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Central Coast Section Basketball Tournament. Boys Open Final, 44.6 seconds remain. Serra with a tall task, trailing 53-46, no more timeouts.
Yeah, there's not a lot of opportunities out there. It's like a low-scoring game, and it's not like Serra's got a lot more runs in him. I'm not sensing that. See what they got.
Well, I predict Mitty will be heading to the foul line.
Good call.
And we've seen Gordon struggle a tad from the foul line. Good keep away from Mitty. And Miller fouls Peterson before the shot. 1-1.
Hot potato with Gordon there. That's the one thing that they didn't want to have happen, him shooting free throws. I know he can shoot them. I've seen it. It seems to be the little quirk that he's got. That's the only chink in his armor.
8th team foul. Peterson getting the job done. Misses his second. Miller pushing the pace, 32 seconds remaining. Miller through traffic, misses. And Gordon fouled by Jajay. Jajay will finish up on the bench, 24 seconds remaining. That was his fifth.
I think everybody is waiting for Gordon to finish that after the fact, after the whistle blew, and looking for him to throw that thing down, but didn't happen.
So, little delay as Jajay has fouled out.
He's had a nice game.
Yes, you know, he picked up he was more, I think, a little more aggressive before he picked up those fouls. But yes, a nice game. He will have a seat.
Aaron Gordon to the line, shooting
and watch as Gordon at the line shooting 1-1. Double bonus up next for the Monarchs as Fields checks in down low for Serra. Back iron, Caruso is there. 54-46 the score. 3-point attempt by Biggins, that's short. And a timeout called by Coach Kennedy.
Timeout, Monarchs.
I think Mitty's Davis Messer wanted the foul called. Instead, his head coach called a timeout. So one timeout left for Mitty, 14 ticks of the clock left.
Interesting time to take it.
St. Mary's 80, Santa Clara 67.
That's right, Santa Clara Broncos playing over at St. Mary's tonight, trailing, was that final score?
No, that's final. 80-67, something like that.
Yep.
Hate hearing that.
Mitty will have one full timeout remaining. However, again, 14 seconds left. 8-point lead for Mitty as Messer to inbound for the Monarchs. Peterson back to Messer. And Watkins called on the foul. Double bonus. I think that's going to be 5 on Watkins.
Monarchs foul is number 5, Sean Watkins, 4th personal foul.
Correction, 4th personal. Messer at the line.
One shot remaining, Davis Messer. 33, Andrew Scott checks in for the Monarchs.
As Mitty checks in, the 6'4" senior forward, Andrew Scott. Drew Gordon's younger brother, Aaron Gordon, has a seat. 1 of 2 effort.
Great CCS career.
Watkins for a long distance three. And Mitty has done it. Last year's D2 champion is this year's Open champion. The Mitty Monarchs 54-47 win over second-seeded Serra.
Well, it's a great capper to the CCS season. Mitty, arguably the best team in the section, just proved it. Had it going. Had an answer every time that Serra made a run at him. Great performance by Aaron Gordon.
Individual scoring totals for this concluding contest.
Great night.
For the Padres.
Serra's record moves to 25 wins, 5 losses. Mitty picks up its 25th win to have identical records with the Padres, 25-5. We're going to take a short break, and I guess we might as well announce it. We will be back with our PlayOnSports.com player of the game, the senior from Archbishop Mitty, Aaron Gordon, in a few minutes. Don't you dare go away.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Back at the Levy Center with our PlayOnSports.com player of the game from Archbishop Mitty, the senior, he's finally a senior, Aaron Gordon, 24 points tonight in Mitty's 54-47 win over Serra. Congratulations,
Thank
Aaron,
you.
on the win, and we must point out it is your 4th consecutive CCS title. Not bad for a high school career, huh?
Not bad at all. I'm just happy to come to Mitty and keep the legacy going. Hopefully they can continue to do it without me.
Absolutely. Now, Serra actually beat you all earlier in the season. You came into this game 2 wins to 1 loss against Serra. What was the game plan coming in tonight?
I mean, it was nothing that we had to do specifically. We knew coming in that it was in our control. We just needed to do what we needed to do, and we would come out on top, and that was our game plan.
Was you and Carusa all night long? He's a very different player from you. What was that matchup like on the floor?
He's a really, really talented player. He moves well without the ball. He finds a lot of angles to score, and he can shoot the ball well. So it was a little bit tiring chasing him around all over the court, but I figured to help my team win, that's what I had to do, so I did it.
Last year, your team had such a great personality. Jack Bible, point guard, Neil Vranikar, the whole host. This seemed like a much different lineup this year. You're the only returning starter, although, of course, some of your teammates returned. Did you really feel this year in particular with Bible and Vranikar graduating that you are the veteran on the squad?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I fancied myself a senior, or not a senior, a leader last year. So, I mean, it was even like magnified this year because I was the only one that has been through the bright lights like that, and I had to pull along a lot of the young guys, but they're starting to click now, and we're starting to peak.
How do you deal with all the tension that you've so deservedly gotten? Everyone wants to know where you're going to college. If you'd like to make an announcement now, we of course would love to hear
I have
it.
no idea where I'm going.
Okay, there's still plenty of basketball left to play, but how do you make sure to stay focused on what's important?
It's not hard.
Oh, good.
Basketball is important to me, and so if I focus on basketball, everything else will fall in place.
What are the goals for NorCal?
Win it.
Win it?
That's all there is to it. Win it and go on to state.
All right. Aaron Gordon, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game. Mitty, 4 CCS titles in a row. What a legacy you leave behind when you graduate. Casey Jackson, I'll be back to wrap up the action from the Levy Center. Mitty on top here in the Open Division.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a...
Welcome to PlayOnSports.com post-game show, Levy Center, Santa Clara University. Folks still hanging around. Aaron Gordon, our player of the game, posing for photographs, signing autographs. Better get that autograph and that photo now.
There's a lot of very difficult getting him to get up here. It was like
You did a good job,
everybody
partner.
wanted to wanted a piece of him. You know, that's there. It's just a good example. You saw greatness tonight. He's a special player. We all saw it. We've been watching it for years now, and privilege for all of us to see it. Led his squad to several championships in a row, 4 championships in a row. My goodness, what can you say? They had an answer for Serra every time. Every time they made a push, Mitty had an answer for him, and really held Caruso down. Their star really wasn't a factor. For a short period of time when Serra did make their great run and actually took the lead at one point by a point. Caruso was leading the way there, but he really didn't have any consistency in making the complete comeback for Serra for their upset bid, and just too much Gordon, and I've got some nice support from his teammates.
Yeah, Watkins with 11 to lead the way for Serra. Caruso nowhere near his 7-point-a-game average. Gordon 24 points. Interesting case that our player of the game, Kelly Hayes, 24 points, repeats as our Play on Sports, excuse me, playonsports.com.
Long
player
weekend.
of the game, and then Gordon repeats as well.
Yeah. Well, it's just, you know, you've got great. You're gonna see both of those players excel at the next level, and it'll be really fun to say that we got to do their games, and a couple games in a row the past 2 years, and you know, look forward to seeing that next stage in their career.
That's right. The number 1 seed made it through and claimed a championship here tonight. Archbishop Mitty 54-47 over the second-seeded Serra Padres. Make sure you stay with us throughout the month of March as we cover the Northern California and state playoffs. That's just up here, Play on Sports, with games and championships across the nation. Make sure you visit us at playonsports.com. A big thanks to everyone here at the Levy Center, as well as the Central Coast Section Commission, including the Commissioner Nancy Lazenby-Blazer and the Assistant Commissioner Steve Filios, Ray Mialovich, and the entire staff. On behalf of my producer Kevin Smith, our videographer Nico Chastain, and my partner tonight, Casey Jackson, thanks for being here, partner.
Thanks, kiddo.
I'm Kirsten Fairchild. So long from Santa Clara. Mitty girls, Mitty boys, Open champions for the 2013 Central Coast Section Basketball Tournament.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.